Why are y'all not rooting for Salt-N-Pepa?
Our music has been taken down from all streaming platforms because the industry still doesn't want to play fair. Salt-N-Pepa have never been afraid of a fight. This is the Influence Award. We have to keep using our influence until the industry honors creativity the way the audience does, with love, respect, and fairness. And that includes streaming platforms too. Hip-hop gave us a voice and we'll keep using it. Thank you to the fans, the DJs, the women who rhymed in their mirrors, and the mighty good men who supported us. I want to apologize to the countless fans who got in trouble for cutting their hair like us and singing our lyrics. We love you. To all the guys who had a crush on us and had our posters on the wall, you're welcome. And to Captain Spin, I love you ladies.
What's up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, are you buying the merch? Buy that merch, support the channel. Salt-N-Pepa are from my childhood. I walked to the mall to buy that Salt-N-Pepa vinyl that I think it was called Cool, Sexy, Vicious, something like that. I don't remember the exact title of the song of the album, but they had a real big record. They had two big records on the radio at the time. And I was like, yo, when that album dropped, I'm going to get it. It wasn't a lot of walking to the mall for female rappers, but I will say this. There were a lot of female rappers that got props back in the day that people respected with the dudes. Salt-N-Pepa, Antoinette, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Sugar T, right? It was a lot of female rappers that got respect, right? Finesse and Sinquence, right? Moni Love. So if you knew, you knew. Miss Melody. There were a lot of female rappers doing their thing back when Salt-N-Pepa came out around 85, 86, 87, in that era. And we were rocking with Salt-N-Pepa. I'm from D.C. Salt-N-Pepa used to go down to D.C. to get fly. Let's just be honest. They used to get the asymmetric haircuts with the bobs and the weaves and this down the third. They used to get the little 8-ball jackets from D.C. A lot of New York dudes, whether they want to admit it or not, got a lot of stuff from D.C. that they used to claim for their own, right? A lot of stuff y'all came down to DC's Chocolate City, gang. We was fly as hell, right? We was on that Timberland shit. We was on them New Balance, right? When New Yorkers was wearing a lot of loud colors, like we was like, nah, son, bring them colors down a little bit, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. Salute the New York dudes, but let's just keep it a buck, right? And Salt-N-Pepa they had hairdressers in DC that they would go down to get their hair, do the little haircut you see in the Push It video. That's from DC, gang. Just gonna keep it a buck with you. So they were very stylish, and they knew where to go to get stylish. But one thing Salt-N-Pepa is not getting is the respect. First of all, for getting into the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Salute them for that. Plus, they're fighting UMG. They're fighting a good fight. They're not doing what the bubble bath rappers doing, fighting UMG for a rap battle. No, they're fighting for their masters that supposedly rightfully returned to them. And they also even brought their DJ back into the fold, Spinderella. We never got confirmation why they kicked her out. That's something that they got to, if they want to talk about it one day, but Salt-N-Pepa very unceremoniously kicked out Spinderella, and a lot of us were mad about that. A lot of us had issues about that, and we didn't know what was going on. She said she wasn't getting paid properly, and she wasn't getting credited properly. And when she asked about it, they was like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on without you. So that's one thing, a line of contention that we do got to understand to going forward where that's at, but that's their business. But I do want to say this. They are confirming a comeback tour, so they're doing it really big this year. They are back together, so let's salute that. Let's encourage that. Let's encourage the unity of Salt-N-Pepa getting back together. The ladies, like, listen, who ain't have a crush on Salt-N-Pepa and Spinderella? All of us got a favorite, right? I think mine was Salt for most of the time. Then it turned into Pepper for a little bit, then back to Salt, a little bit Spinderella. So as we grew older, we all had something going on with Salt-N-Pepa. They all was just fire. Let's just be honest. So we saw them elevate hip-hop, become grown women. They would start doing the grown women rap. Let's talk about sex, baby, right? What a man. Grown rap when we was still trying to figure it out, right? Motherfuckers talking about, I want a gangster bitch, right? Salute to Apache. He talking about gangster bitch. He was talking about, they were like, listen, it's none of your business if I want to get fly. Salt-N-Pepa was talking about grown women and man stuff at a time when we was still trying to figure out what rap was about. And they were doing that at a high level. So let's salute them for getting acknowledged, right? And we're not gonna acknowledge them without acknowledging what Herbie Love Bug did for them. I know is Herbie Love Bug is controversial. Beat by the dope style taker. They say Herbie Love Bug stole beats. I don't have an opinion about that one way or another. I know they want to say that. That's something we can leave to the people who say that, right? But I always looked at Herbie Love Bug as an innovator. I always thought Herbie Love Bug was one of the best producers, good, bad, or indifferent in hip hop. He brought you Kid and Play, he brought you Salt-N-Pepa, and a lot of other people, right? So as far as what he did career-wise, right? I don't know ins and outs of what he did outside of the booth or the studio, but I do know that Herbie Love Bug is credited with he brought you Salt-N-Pepa, Kid and Play. They was working at Sears and Roebucks together, gang. They were just regular ass people. He the one that put them together and made these iconic groups. So Herbie Love Bug is a part of this situation. I don't know if he was at the ceremony. I know they don't get along with Herbie Love Bug now, but he was a big part of that. So I'm going to say salute to Herbie Love Bug too for doing what he did, right? We had a lot of great producers out of the era, Howie T and different people, Sam Sever, a lot of people out of that era that was really doing good work. So it was just a real good era. Salt-N-Pepa they had an uphill battle making a name in hip hop at the time that they did, because like I said, it was some females in it, but every female in it was super duper dope. They really had to be good. You was not in that era if you weren't really good at what you did, and you really did really good music. So Salt-N-Pepa, they clawed their way up and became the top female MCs in this business. Let's just be honest. Let me read this article and have a conversation. Salt-N-Pepa confirmed a 2026 comeback tour and called out the music industry's streaming practices at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Salt-N-Pepa dropped a major update following the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony in Los Angeles. A long-awaited tour is coming amid a very public rebuke of the music industry's streaming practices. The iconic hip-hop trio, Cheryl, Salt, James, Sandra, Peppa, Denton, and Deidre Spinderella Roper received the Musical Influence Award over the weekend at the Peacock Theater. Salute to the ladies. I believe that they have earned every bit of this. And I know a lot of people gonna say, well, Charles, they don't write their rhymes. It doesn't matter. They are a group. They are a rap group that made really good records, and that's what it's about. Can you make good records? And they did that. They changed hip-hop forever. They changed the culture forever. They changed music forever. So salute to Salt-N-Pepa. I love them ladies. Let me keep it pushing. But while the moment was celebratory, Salt used the spotlight to call out what she described as unfair treatment from the powers behind the scenes. As we celebrate this moment, fans can't even stream our music, Salt said during their acceptance speech. It's been taken down from all streaming platforms because the industry still doesn't want to play fair. Salt-N-Pepa have never been afraid of a fight. This is the Influence Award. We have to keep pushing our influence until the industry honors creativity the way the audience does, with love, respect, and fairness, and that includes streaming platforms too. I don't know if y'all remember that De La Soul had this same fight. They had a real big fight with what's homeboy from is it Sleeping Bag Records? No, it ain't Sleeping Bag Records. I'm bugging out. Tommy Boy Records, gang. I got a lot of records labels in my head, but Tommy Boy Records, in the immortal words of Jizza, Tommy ain't my motherfucking boy when you make moves on a nigga you employ. Tommy Boy Records put some of the best hip hop out in history, right? A lot of people went to Tommy Boy Records, De La Soul, yada yada yada. Some of the best hip hop, but allegedly the owner of Tommy Boy Records was not that fair with these artists. It's the old business practice, that old adage that these labels do to these artists. They burn them, they work them to death, they try to milk them and get every single dollar out of them. They don't want to give no return. They want to hold their masters forever. A lot of these guys look at those masters as their legacy, and they're going to feed their grandkids with your magic, your master. So De La Soul had a real big fight with Tommy Boy, they couldn't even stream their stuff either. So Salt agreed going through the same thing, and I'm not sure. I know Salt-N-Pepa were on Next Plateau Records, if I'm not mistaken, but I think they signed under Universal Music Group as they got bigger, and that's where the problem begins. The group has been entangled in a legal dispute with Universal Music Group over music rights. Their legal team claims the label removed their catalog from major streaming services in retaliation. That's petty, but before you bubble bath rappers get in my thing, my group, my comments, because he's already started it. Oh, you guys rooted for UMG against Drake, but now you want to root for him for Salt-N-Pepa. It ain't the same thing, right? We want Salt-N-Pepa to win because they deserve their masters. They put in over 30 years of work in this music business, and now they can't get paid fairly. Those masters are supposed to revert to you, I believe, either 20, 25 years, something like that. 20, between 25, 30 years, I don't remember offhand, but I know after a certain amount of decades, maybe it's 30 years, they revert back to the artist, because what was going on before was they were holding these guys' music in perpetuity. And what they were saying is you would never get your music back. It doesn't matter how long you wait. I'm going to have your music forever. Where they went in and they changed the laws, and now the music reverts back. Well, Salt-N-Pepa is having trouble getting their music reverting back to them, and UMG. Listen, these labels are greedy, gang. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. Tip try to tell you. And these people don't want to let go of these bags, gang. They don't want to see these artists get it. They could eat off it for 20, 30 years. They still don't want to give it back to you. So Salt-N-Pepa are fighting. Let me continue. Are we doing a reunion tour? Yes, 2026, but don't quote us. The announcement came during an interview with entertainment reporter Courtney Tenzino, where the group reflected on their legacy and the significance of the Hall of Fame honor. Pepa spoke on the group's impact. Quote, because we have forged such a path for women and all the triumphs and everything that we have overcome, the good, the bad, and just, to stand here today is a prestigious award. The Influence Award for hip-hop, the contribution that we did, for hip-hop, it feels great. Salt added. We've always been working hard and knowing that we were doing the darn thing. But to get this like the cherry on top of the cake, this is incredible. Spinderella acknowledged the uphill climb it took to get us to this point. Quote, oh my God, I mean, this is the top of the line, but the work that's been put in, the struggle was real. You don't get to this point without suffering. So salute to these women, right? These women have done it the right way. They've been from the beginning. They've done the battles. They've done it all. They've had their fair share of enemies and frenemies that came out with these diss records and this, that, and the third. I believe, who was it? Was it Antoinette that came after Salt-N-Pepa, or Sweet Tea? I don't remember who came out to Salt-N-Pepa, but they've always held their own, and they've never been afraid to back down from a fight. They've been through some scandalous some very serious things behind the scenes as well that I'm not going to get into. They've overcome, right? They've been in situations that I wouldn't wish on nobody. So for them to survive that and come out on the end as I want to say victorious, salute to Salt-N-Pepa. Congratulations on your Hall of Fame award. You deserve it. All the rappers that got into the Hall of Fame deserve it. Outkast, this, that, and the third, they deserve it. And I will always be in debt to Salt-N-Pepa for just helping push hip-hop along. The group also performed their 1987 classic Push It during the ceremony, joined on stage by En Vogue and longtime producer Herbie Love Bug Azor. So I hadn't read it, so apparently Herbie was on stage with him. They made it with Herbie. Herbie, you could come. Come on, Herbie. Come on, fine, it's fine. Bring him, let his ass come. Fuck it. We've been holding his ass back for years. So Herbie was there. Salute to Herbie Love Bug. A lot of people still feel like Herbie's a beat biter. I don't hold that same. I mean, maybe he bit a beat, maybe he didn't. Who cares? It's fucking 40 years later. Salt-N-Pepa's rise began in 1985, and over the decades, they've carved out space for women in hip-hop with bold lyrics, business savvy, and an unshakable presence. The 2026 tour will mark their return to the stage as a full unit, signaling not just a comeback, but a continuation of their fight for fair treatment in the music business. Salute to the women of Salt-N-Pepa. Salute to Herbie. Salute to Kid and Play. Salute to everybody that loved hip-hop and was in that era and respects it the way I do. We had a good era, King. We had the box. We was showing, you used to put the code in and play these videos over and over. We had a real good time, gang. And it's just, this is going to be a fraternity forever. So listen, man, I'm out of here, man. And listen, if you was from that era, salute you for still being alive. I'm proud of you for being here, all right? And if you're not from that era, just step up and learn. Try to figure it out and try to be an ally of what was going on. Don't be one of these people that's telling old heads to sit down and shut up and fall back and we got it from here and all this bullshit. Man, we out of here with that, man. Listen, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the What Show, 9:15. Me, TJ, and Flares on all my social media platforms, okay? Are you buying that merch? Tap in, support the channel. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone in the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.